Hey everybody, Sergito again with a video. I'm going to try to do a couple of these today because I know that I haven't been really updating videos a lot lately, and I'm really trying to remedy that. Working on my room here. I've talked about this a few times in my Portly Paladin videos. As you can sort of see behind me here, I've got a pile of some stuff. My room in here, my office, my hobby room, my craft room, whatever you want to call it, is in the process of getting sort of redone and rebuilt and reorganized. I've got my nice big desk in here so I can have a nice place to do these videos. Soon I'll have things organized in here. I've picked up some organizational tools. Got some plastic tubs back here behind me. I've got different organizers to put things in, like these here with drawers in them. I've got a few other different plastic organizers, stuff like these for putting little bits and bobs and things in. Just a bunch of different stuff that I'm going to be using. I've got smaller shoeboxy plastic tubs like this one that I'll be organizing with stuff in them. So before too long, this room should be very well organized and have everything in its place, and I can start doing some of these videos a little bit more. I'm even planning at some point to put a removable curtain behind me, so I'll have a little bit of a backdrop so you won't even have to see stuff that's back here. And you'll just be able to see my wonderful face, which nobody wants to see, but that's fine. Whatever. But yeah, so that's something that's coming along soon, hopefully. I'll be able to get to that before too long. But yeah, I wanted to take some time today and talk about something that I've been getting into a lot lately. I had gotten into it a decent amount before, but I'm getting into it a little bit more now, and that is gaming online. Regular tabletop gaming, the kind that involves dice and books and pencils and paper and everything else. Even minis if you're into that sort of thing. That kind of gaming. And it's something that's kind of exploding right now, where people are meeting online to play games. There's virtual tabletops out there like crazy. All these different things that can be used online to play games. And I really love it. I really like it. It's playing online can kind of keep you sharp, both as a GM and a player, because it exposes you to different people. If you have a normal group, and that's great if you do, and that's awesome. I kind of have a normal group that I usually play with. They're at my friendly local gaming store, Gateway Games, in here in Cincinnati. Shout out, great people. But even if you do have a regular group, it can keep you sharp because it can kind of push you out of your comfort zone and get you to try something else with someone else. Get you in a place where you're doing something that you don't normally do. And you have to react to people that you're not used to reacting to, which is really kind of awesome, really. It lets you grow as a gamer in a lot of different aspects. You get to, again, interact with different people. Not only just different people with different personalities, but people from all over the world. For example, right now I'm running a Legend of the Five Rings game online, and I'm using Google Plus to do it. Google, just a Google Hangout. And I'm actually turning it into MP3s, and I'm going to be podcasting it soon. I kind of post links every once in a while on the Happy Jacks forums and on a couple, like my Facebook and stuff, my Facebook page. So if you're interested in those, you can email me, sergito1@gmail.com, and I can forward you the link to go ahead and download them from my Google Drive if you're interested in that. But yeah, so I've been doing that. And my group is kind of crazy. I've got people from California, people from New York State. I've got people from Texas. Got people from myself in Ohio. I've got a guy from Alaska. Up until recently, we had a guy in Greece. He's got to drop out because he's, got other things he has to work and deal with right now. And then we've got a person who's in Slough over in the UK right now. So, again, people from all over the freaking world. Before that, when I was playing a lot of Pathfinder online, I played with a lot of people from over in Europe all the time when I was playing Pathfinder Society and other games, and even playing Pathfinder Adventure Paths online. I think I like it a lot because it does let you try new things that maybe you're into Shadowrun. You're really interested in that. Shadowrun seems like it's really awesome to you, but nobody around you wants to play it. Nobody's really interested. Go online, find other people that want to play, get into an online group, start playing. Playing on something like Google Plus or Skype or some of these virtual tabletops that are out there, it's really honestly it's different, but it's not different than playing at a table with other people. Um, Instead of being at an actual table, your table is your computer. It seems to me almost that when you're playing online, there are less distractions. I know it seems like there would be more distractions because you have a computer at your fingertips, but I think it's because of the fact that you have to pay attention to what's going on. There are less distractions. You don't get the urge to go check something out while you're on your computer playing these games. So that's kind of nice. Then, the comfort level of playing online is astounding. You can play online and you don't even have to wear pants to the game. I prefer doing video style gaming with, like a webcam like this one. I've done it without video, and that's fine too. I like the video because I like to see people role-playing both, with facial expressions and everything instead of just vocally. I like to see that, so I do prefer the video, but it's not required. But even if you're doing video, like right now, I'm not wearing pants while we're doing this video because you're not seeing anything but from here down, right? So, you know, I could just be sitting here naked. I'm not. I'm wearing a pair of shorts, but I could have a blanket wrapped around me, just chilling back right here. I could have a nice little mug of hot chocolate on a cold day like this in Cincinnati. I mean, I'm looking outside right now, and there's about something like 6 inches of thick, wet snow outside. We had a really bad snowstorm last night, so on a day like this, I would love to sit here and just have a nice mug of hot chocolate or some tea, and I'll be all kind of bundled up and playing a game online. It would be perfect. But, that's great. It's not something you would normally do if you were playing with other people because you have to go and get dressed and go to someone else's house. That's another thing. It's a stereotype, but it's a stereotype for a reason, and that's that gamers, by and large, do have hygienic problems. Taking showers and keeping clean and smelling somewhat fresh. It does happen. It is a problem. And if you're gaming online, you don't have to deal with that problem at all. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. If the people you're gaming with haven't showered in 3 weeks, well, you don't have to deal with it because there's no smell online. Or if you're gaming with someone who has noxious freaking gas, they're having problems with their gastrointestinal system. You don't have to deal with it. The only thing that's very important when playing online is that everyone have access to one of these. A mute button. Because when you're gaming online, when you're gaming, period, there is a tendency to want to nibble and snack. And I don't care, that's fine. Just when you're gaming online, and usually when you're gaming online, you're using a headset like this with a microphone. Well, when you're wearing something like this, the microphone is really close to your mouth. So if you are snacking while you're eating, while you're playing, you're just tossing stuff in your mouth, well, you're chewing right next to this microphone. And I don't know about other people, but those sounds disgust me. I do not like the sounds of people chewing. So when I'm gaming with my current game, that's the reason why I bought this headset for gaming, is because it does have a mute button right here. So as I'm playing, maybe I'm hungry, and my wife might make me something to eat while I'm gaming, because we do it on a Sunday afternoon. Well, she brings my sandwich in or whatever, and I'm sitting here playing, and I'm describing something. Then a player starts to talk. I hit the mute button, take a bite, and I'm listening, and I'm listening. Okay, I'm done chewing. All right, so, okay, you can do that. But now what we need you to do is, and we move forward. But that's very important, so you don't drive your players crazy, or your GM or people that are in the game with you. So just keep that in mind. Whatever. But yeah, gaming online is definitely more intimate than gaming around a table. Because it almost feels like when you're gaming around a table, people are more coherent of themselves, which means they're usually more apprehensive, more nervous. They feel a little more apprehensive is the only word I could think of, even though I didn't want to use it again, of how they're being perceived by people around them because they're sitting right in front of people. Whereas when you're online, there's a bit more anonymity, even though there's a video camera right in front of your face that's projecting everything you're saying to everyone around you that's in the same game. And as long, with your face and everything else. There's also the aspect of the comfort of being in your own home. If you've ever hosted a game at your house, you know that it feels different than when you've gone to someone else's house. You game better because you're more comfortable. You're in a more comfortable environment because you're at your own house. So you've got that. Every player at your game has that same exact feeling because they're all at home, at their own place, gaming online. So I think it's something that you should think about, that everyone out there should think about. In terms of gaming, is gaming online. There are lots of ways and places to do it. There's Google Plus, which you can use Roll20.net on. It's a program specifically made for gaming online. There is D20 Pro. It's a pay program. I've checked it out. I've never actually played on it. It's pretty much designed mostly for D20 style games. Along those lines, you do also have Map Tools, or Map Tool, I believe it's called, not Map Tools, which is also developed mostly for D20 style games. Then you have a program called T-Top RPG, put out by a friend of mine, Craig Yak. That's also meant mostly for D20 style games, but it can also be used for other games pretty easily. And then Paizo, the company that makes Pathfinder, is now coming out with their own web-based tabletop program called Corgi. Well, at least that's the test name. I don't know what its final name is going to be. So there are all these different programs you can use to actually play online, and then there are places you can go to find people to play with. For example, there's Inferno.net, INFRNO.net. There are tons of places on there where you can go to schedule games. EN World, the letter E, the letter N, and the world.com or .net, not really sure which. It's a great place to go to find people to play online. If you're into Pathfinder Society specifically, there's a Google group called the Google Pathfinder Online Collective, something along those lines. You can always Google that and find that group. Then Obsidian Portal. Obsidian Portal is a great place to put your game in general. But if you're looking for games maybe to join, or maybe find games that are already in progress, what I like to do is find games that are listed as in planning, and it don't seem like they have a full group. You can always ask, hey, can I join in this group? It looks really great. I'm really interested in this game. I'm really interested in this system. I really like this system. I know this system. Whatever it happens to be, kind of help ingratiate yourself with the GM and the players. And there are plenty of other places out there. Nearbygamers.net is out there. Meetup.com. Just all kinds of places out there to find people to play with. If you're a Happy Jacks fan at all, there's places on the Happy Jacks forums. Even if you're not a Happy Jacks fan, you should be. But you could always go to happyjacks.org, go to their forums. Once you're in the forums, there's one whole section devoted to gaming online, people trying to put games together to play online. There's, the forums on the Paizo boards if you're interested in Pathfinder. There's tons of places out there so you can find yourself games to play online. If you're just interested in a different game than any of the ones I've mentioned, if you're interested in playing a game like Wild Talents or Legend of the Five Rings or Savage Worlds, Spycraft, James Bond game, Castles and Crusades, whatever it happens to be, go to that company's website or go to one of the more generic places like EN World, like RPG.net, and find people who like that game and just propose, hey, I want to play this game. Is anybody out there interested in playing on Google Plus, on D20 Pro, on TTOP RPG, whatever it is, and just try it out. Or if you're just kind of not sure if you want to play on any of these, if you're not sure if you would even like to play on any of these, check out some of the actual plays that are done on Google Plus, like mine, like some of the others that are out there. There are actually different websites out there that incorporate Google Plus, or find someone who's playing on a system that you'd like to check out, and download that system or join the system or whatever it happens to be, and just say, hey, do you mind if I watch this game? Do you mind if I check it out while you guys are playing? See if it's something that I'd be into. You know, people are usually pretty cool if you really get time to talk to them and ask them. So, yeah, I mean, gaming online, I think, is going to end up becoming really huge very, very soon. It's getting bigger now. It seems to be pretty affluent, but I think it's going to get much, much bigger before long. And it's something that I think that people should try sooner rather than later. I don't think it will completely replace regular gaming for me. I still like playing face-to-face around a regular table. I'm not saying that doing that is better or worse than gaming online. I just like it. I like gaming online too. I just like both. I don't want to give up one for the other. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't want to limit myself that way. I like having both options and I like doing both. I do like playing with friends, sitting around a table. Just like one thing that I'm missing right now, I've been playing a lot in the game store. I've been missing playing at my house. Just, in that comfortable environment that I was talking about before. Just having everybody over, not having to censor ourselves, having more of a quiet environment and not being around all the people that are in the game store. And just, I don't know, the home game idea just is something that I'm missing right now. And I'm sort of getting that from gaming online, when I'm not quite getting it from gaming at home. Hopefully soon I can go ahead and game at home and get that kind of feeling back again and add it to my gaming at the store and gaming online. But it's just another way to game, and we all need another way to game. I'm probably going to be starting up another online game here before too long, because I have a friend who's currently in my Wild Talents game who is going to have to drop out because he just had a child. He and his wife just had a child, and that's their second one. And he's not going to be able to bring a newborn along with his, 4 or 5. I believe he's 3 or 4. I'm not really sure how old his son is. But yeah, he sometimes will bring his son to the store, and that's okay because he can sort of keep himself occupied. But he's not going to really be able to do that with his son and his brand new baby girl. So I've talked to him about possibly playing online when the Wild Talents game ends, which is probably going to be soon, when I kind of get over the story that I'm working with. Then I'm looking at running something else, and it's probably going to be online so that he can join us. Because it's probably going to be the only way he can do it. He can have the kids at home. He can deal with them without really having to interrupt the game too much. They'll be at home, so they can sort of kind of keep themselves occupied. He can have his daughter sleeping nearby while still being on the computer. His son can be watching TV or something and keeping himself occupied or playing, whatever it is. Again, within reach of his dad, so he can watch both of his kids with no problem without having to pack them up and take them somewhere. So that's going to give us options. I guess that's another really great option about gaming online, is you don't have to pack up to go somewhere. All of your game books can just stay right where they always stay, right there at home. You don't have to, pack everything into a book and carry all this junk over to wherever you're going to play. You don't have to pack up all your snacks. You don't have to pack up drinks. You don't have to pack up your books. You don't have to pack up dice. You just have everything at home where it always is anyway. So it's just much more convenient. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there and say, game online, game at home, game at your game store. I don't care. Just get out there and game, because that's what everybody should be doing, because gaming is great. All right. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.